Ay Shalom, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praise to the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the nation of Israel, better known as the Great Millstone. Salutations and greetings to the elect, to the 1/3 and the 144,000. Alright, death to 2/3 and all the wicked. I have pulled up Luke, the 21st chapter, and there was a verse in particular that I wanted to get to. But just to lay some of the groundwork and you can understand what's going on, we're going to start at verse 7. And they asked him, saying, Master, Salakia, when shall these things be, and what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? And he said, Take heed that ye be not deceived. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed. And the time draweth near, go ye not therefore after them. And as I was reading this, I was like, that's kind of funny because Trump, he called himself, he said he was the chosen one, you know? And that's pretty much around about what the anointed is the chosen one. Now, you've literally had other people, though, past and present, who have claimed to be the Lord himself. And people will dress like the paintings that they've seen. You know, the guy with the long stringy hair, you know, and the white robe and the red sash and the brown corded belt or the loose leather belt, you know. There's variations out there, but they pick and choose which one they think is better. You know, like there was a guy out in Russia that was just like that. But many, he said many, you know, go ye not therefore after them. So, a lot of people are going to be deceived. A lot of people are going to be deceived and they're going to stay in that stupor, you know. It says, but when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass. But the end is not by and by. Okay, so this is going to be a continuing thing with the wars, rumors of wars, commotions, okay, nations rising up against each other, things of that nature, okay. So that's just the way it's going to be by and by, right? And yeah, let's keep going because I want to get to the point. Let's see. Then said he unto them, Nation shall rise against nation. That's like it. It's like it. That was weird. Alright, then he said unto them, Nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences, okay, and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. And these are all things that we're seeing. And people will say, well, that's been going on for a long time. Okay, yeah, but the Lord Yahweh Shai, he said that. He said by and by, right? Now here's the kicker, though. Every year, it's been increasing, and it's breaking world records for the amount of earthquakes, volcanoes, plagues, insect infestations, deaths. Okay? Whenever you see those huge spikes where there was loss of life and like societies were collapsing, that's exactly what would happen. The superpower would no longer be the superpower, and you would get thrown like the what the teaching is that they get, from Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. People get thrown back into the Dark Ages, like when Rome fell and the running water thing stopped. They're like, we didn't see running water again for a good amount of time in this side of the world. But meanwhile, over in the Western Hemisphere, with the Northern Kingdom, they had aqueducts and water being taken to high places and all that stuff, man. Okay, but what we're seeing now with all these things is there's gonna be a change in power, and the scriptures say that Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay, it says, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places. Oh, we read that, Salakia. So yes, that is this is happening. Yeah, it's been happening by and by. But the point right now is that it's at an all-time high. Everything's at an all-time high threat level. Look at the coronavirus, man. They're burning like up to 100 bodies a day. They're burning a minimum 100 bodies a day because of that virus. There's thick smoke all over the town. Now, matter of fact, have you seen a movie with what's his name, Johnny Depp, where he played Sweeney Todd in the play Sweeney Todd? The demon barber of Fleet Street, I believe. There's a line in there where, because they're cooking the bodies for those meat pies, Mrs. Lovett's meat pies, right? And the old poor beggar woman who happens to be his wife, she says there's a smell and a smoke covering London, like a nasty smell, like an evil smoke, and it's from the dead bodies, and so even that gets investigated. But it's what I'm trying to say basically is that it's a very distinct and different sight and smell when there's bodies burning. Okay, it's just different. There's a different spirit involved with that. Okay. Verse 12. But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. And this did happen to the disciples and the apostles, right? And it continued to happen to anyone who believed in Yahushua. And so you had this huge, what do you call it? Like I don't want to say a crusade, but you had a huge, basically a raid on the believers of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. And it's always been that way, and it's going to continue to happen. Remember, by and by. Okay, it's going to continue to take place. All right, and it shall turn to you for a testimony. You see. So, with that, I want to jump forward a little bit. I think it's like verse 20. Where is it at? 20, like 6 or? Oh, right here, 25 is what I wanted to get. It says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. So, sea symbolizes people, Waves is full of commotion and unrest. And if you look up the word perplexity, it helps describe that. It says inability to deal with or understand something complicated or unaccountable. And that's what happens with a lot of these scientists that they bring on the air, is they're perplexed. They said that we've never seen anything like this before. There's no accounts in times previous for us to base some information on, or to have, just even a clue as to what the hell's going on, right? So they're perplexed, and the people show that and demonstrate the perplexity of what's going on. And that's part of the plan, though. Everyone is dependent on the beast. Everyone is dependent on the governments. Back in the day, you didn't have to depend on the government. If the king died and the courtroom failed, like it would take a while for you to get that news if you were just some farmer tending land somewhere. It would take a while. And so the second he died and the court was dispersed or something happened, you know, you were probably eating your little, potato stew in the cottage. You didn't know what the hell was going on. But now, because we're so tied in with everything, people immediately react irrationally. They'll see something happen on the news and all of a sudden there's car accidents everywhere. People are rushing to get water and meal bars. They're buying out whatever they can grab, canned foods, and too many people are dependent on this system, man. We've been made and designed to depend on this system. And so when it gets taken away, we don't have the skill sets that we used to have where we could literally fend for ourselves just in the wild. Like, if I were to get out of this car right now, just pull over and say, fuck it, and want to live off of the things around me, well, one, I don't have enough information on what exactly and how much of this or that I need to gather up to eat, and starting a shelter, and then just trying to, like, okay, cops are gonna come. Hey, what are you doing on this piece of land? Like, you're gonna be a homeless bum on the streets with a shopping cart and a blanket. That's what you're gonna get reduced down to for the most part, because you're not gonna go to the woods. You're not gonna go to the forest. How are you gonna get there? You just walked away from your car, right? So what all this is doing is pushing towards faith, trust, and belief in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And that's what makes these people so confused about us, is like, how can you guys even, like, why would you invest and hope that something that you've not been able to prove is going to come and intervene and help you on your behalf, man? And that's the thing. It's not because Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is going to help us on our behalf. It's first and foremost for their namesake. Because we're defending their name and what they said, they're going to make good on that. And that just so happens to entail us being saved, if you will, or delivered from troubling times and perilous times, man. So that's just the reality that we're in. We're in a war of attrition with the world, man. We got faith and they got materials, man. We got the spirit, they got carnality. And so as the days progress through, we're already in February. We only got 10 more months to go and the year's over. What do we got, like 40 more weeks left? That's crazy. Something like that, right? If there's 4 weeks in a month and there's only 10 months left, then we got, basically around about 40 months left. And the time is flying by, man. It's speeding up for the elect's sake. It sucks getting old in jail, man. Getting old in jail, getting old in prison is a terrible feeling. But when you can make the jail look like it's not a jail, then people are happy. And they've done studies on that too. And anyway, I'm going to leave this here. Until next time, Shalom.